We know what we're doing. We did a preseason trip to Colorado Springs 2 years ago to prep for this match. Our altitude training is finally going to pay off. We knew there's a chance we were going to get them. SMU not hosting is probably the reason we're going to Colorado. So it's an opponent we're going to have to do some research on. We don't have a lot of common opponents, but we played a couple schools in the WAC, so we'll be able to look at that. And yeah, we're very excited. We get to fly somewhere this year, which we had to bus last year, so that's going to be a special piece of it. I just want to say thank you to the boys. You guys were unbelievable this past weekend. We had to replay the two strongest teams in the conference, other than us, of course, and beat them both on the road. In tough conditions, everyone in the conference was upset that we'd won it. They did a preseason poll after we won the conference last year. They did a preseason poll. We were picked third, even though we'd won it. Loyola was second, and Missouri State was first. So that was pretty sweet and Missouri State voted for themselves, by the way. So that was pretty sweet for us to be able to go knock off the preseason number 2 and number 1 teams en route to, we're calling it the champ. Got the 2 trophies this year, which was pretty fun. So, boys, you were unbelievable. Okay, we got big performances from everyone. Okay, even guys that didn't step on the field were. We called them the hype squad. We had guys that were all over it. We had to hold them back in the box to make sure we didn't get too many yellow cards from the bench. We took a couple. Thanks, Rasmus. So I like the bench being just on that edge where they're almost over the line, but not quite, because the boys on the field are feeding off it. So some special memories that we've made along the way. And last year, I would say we got our feet wet getting in the tournament. This year, we're diving right in. We're going to that second round. We tied 2-2. We had to come back twice against one of the best defensive teams, not only in the conference but in the country. Every year, they're one of the top teams in goals against. So going down a goal against them is a nightmare because they're really hard to break down, except against us. We found a way twice to break them down, and I thought we were the more prepared team for the shootout as we were last year. It was kind of another shootout in the semifinals, so that was pretty fun. Well, once we won it, it was fun. But we train them, and we started training penalties, 3 weeks ago, because we knew that this was a possibility. So we want to be prepared. It's my job to make these guys prepared for any situation we see. We've got adjustments to if we're down late, if we're up late, if we're tied late, and certainly penalties at this time of year is something we have to be prepared for. And a lot of teams don't do that because they think penalties are a crapshoot, and they're really not. I mean, our boys stepped up, they hit their spots, and we've got the best goalkeeper in the conference, made a big-time save. Yeah. He not only saved one, for those of you that aren't that familiar, it's 12 yards away that they're shooting from, and the goal is, what's the goal, 26 steps. Mark knows how to do it. There's a lot of area to score on. So to save a penalty once is fantastic. And Mark made one in regulation to keep the score at 1-0, and then he saved what ended up being the shootout winning save. So that was big. Some big moments for us. And then Loyola, I'll just jump into Sunday. So Loyola was a team we beat at home on senior night, which was some special memories there as well. But to get them in the final, we knew that was the most likely scenario because they were the 2 seed. They'd had the bye as well. So they won in overtime against Drake on Friday night. So we had a good scout on them. Haven't seen them play recently and haven't played them, but they're very talented. We felt like we were going to be able to outcompete them. We didn't think they had the same grit that we did, and I felt like the guys came out swinging in a way. We won the physical battle. We out-competed them, and we just wanted it more. I think we're built and we're shown that we've been in matches that's in some ways we've been outplayed, but certainly not outcompeted. And I'm more proud of that than outplaying teams.